Good morning, students. Hope you all are busy with your studies. In the previous video lesson, we have seen how Lancelot provides some comic relief to the audience while having a conversation with his father, old Gobo. We have also seen Lancelot's stern decision to leave Shylock's service. Lancelot requests his father to give a present which he has brought to Master Bassanio instead of Master Jew. Now let's begin the text. Here enter Bassanio with Leonardo and other followers. Bassanio's dialogue. You may do so, but let it be so hasted that supper be ready at the farthest by 5 of the clock. See, these letters delivered put the liveries to making and desire Graciano to come anon to my lodging. In this dialogue, Bassanio tells his servant to do the things fast so that supper is ready latest by 5 o'clock. He also instructs him to take the letters, and these letters are delivered, and also tells him to place the orders for the servants' uniforms, and also tells him to request Graciano to come immediately to his house. And then the servant exit from there. Now, Lancelot's dialogue to him father. Here, Lancelot pushes his father towards Bassanio and asks him to go there. Then the next one is Gobo's dialogue. God bless your worship. Here, Gobo blesses Bassanio. Bassanio's dialogue. Gramercy, wouldst thou out with me? Here, Bassanio thanks Gobo and also he asks him, does he want anything from him? Gobo's dialogue. He is my son, sir, a poor boy. Let's see what does Lancelot say. Not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jew's man. That would, sir, as my father shall specify. Here, Lancelot tells to Bassanio that he is not a poor boy, but a servant of the rich Jew. Now here, who is a rich Jew? That is Shylock. Then he tells that his father will explain. Gobo's dialogue. He had a great infection, sir, as one would say to serve. Here, Gobo says that Lancelot has a keen desire to serve him. Here, Gobo has wrongly used infection for affection, that is referring to the desire of Lancelot. Lancelot's dialogue. Indeed, the short and the long is, I serve the Jew and have a desire, as my father will specify. Lancelot says that, in short, the truth is that the Jew, who is the Jew? Shylock, has done injustice to him, and his father will explain the things. Gobo's dialogue. His master and he, saving your worship's reverence, are scarce cater cousins. Here, Gobo says that Lancelot and his master are hardly close friends. The next one is Lancelot's dialogue. To be brief, the very truth is that the Jew, having done me wrong, doth cause me, as my father, being, I hope, an old man, shall fructify unto you. Lancelot tells here that the truth is the Jew has done injustice to him. He has caused him, as his father will tell Bassanio. Here, Gobo offers Bassanio a dish of doves which he has earlier brought for Shylock. And after the request of Lancelot, he offers the same to Bassanio. Lancelot's dialogue. In very brief, the suit is impertinent to myself, as your worship shall know by this honest old man, and though I say it, though old man, yet poor man, my father. In this dialogue, Lancelot tells to Bassanio that his father's request is concerning to him, who is honest old man. Bassanio's dialogue. One speak for both. What would you? I think no need to explain this dialogue. You can easily understand this. The next one is Lancelot's dialogue. Serve you, sir. Gobo. That is the very defect of the matter, sir. Here, Gobo says that this is the gist of their request. This is the conclusion of their request. Bassanio's dialogue. I know thee well. Thou hast obtained thy suit. Shylock, thy master, spoke with me this day, and hath preferred thee, if it is preferment, to leave a rich Jew's service to become the follower of so poor a gentleman. Here, Bassanio tells them that he knows Lancelot well and agrees to their request. Shylock, his master, spoke to him about Lancelot today, and he has recommended. Who has recommended? Shylock has recommended Lancelot to me. And he also says that if it is a promotion to leave the service of a rich Jew to serve a poor man like him. Lancelot's dialogue. The old proverb is very well parted between my master Shylock and you, sir. You have the grace of God, sir, and he had enough. Sir, Lancelot justifies his reason by saying the old proverb is applicable equally to him, that is to Bassanio, and his master Shylock. It is in that sense that Bassanio has God's blessing and Shylock has enough wealth. Bassanio's dialogue. Thou speakst it well. Go, father, with thy son. Take leave of thy old master and inquire my lodging out to his followers. Give him a livery more guarded than his fellows. See it done. Here, Bassanio appreciates Lancelot by saying that he speaks well and tells old Gobo to go with his son. He tells Lancelot to take leave from his old master and then find out the way to his home. Then he instructs his followers to give him, whom Lancelot, a uniform with more decorations or ornamental strips than that of his other servants. Make sure this is done. Let's see how does Lancelot responds after getting Bassanio's service. Lancelot's dialogue. Father N. I cannot get a service. No, I have never a tongue in my head. Well, looking on his palm, he says, if any man in Italy have a fairer table which doth offer to swear upon a book, I shall have good fortune. Go to. Here is a simple line of life. Here is a small trifle of wives. Alas, 15 wives is nothing. 11 widows and 9 maids is a simple coming for one man, and then to escape drowning thrice, and to be in peril of my life with the edge of a feather bed. Here are simple escapes. Well, if fortune be a woman, she's a good wrench for this gear. Father, come, I will take my leave of the Jew in twinkling of an eye. Exeunt Lancelot and old Gobo. In this dialogue, Lancelot wants to prove his father wrong, as once he said that Lancelot could not get a job as he do not know how to speak for himself. Now he has got the service of Bassanio, so he tells that he is the luckiest one. The palm reading by Lancelot provides the audience a comic relief and foretells the good fortune that may happen in the life of Lancelot. After reading his palm, Lancelot foretells that he will have a long life. He will marry a large number of wives. He will escape thrice from drowning and will have a fair breath escape once from falling out from a feather bed. In this dialogue, perhaps Lancelot is thinking of the dowries his wives could bring him, and fortune has been personified as a woman to indicate the inconsistency of fate. Then he tells his father that he will take leave from the Jew in a short while. After this dialogue, Lancelot and old Gobo exeunt from the stage. Here, Bassanio is still there with Leonardo. Bassanio's dialogue. I pray thee, good Leonardo, think on this, these things being bought and orderly bestowed. Return in haste, for I do feast tonight my best esteemed acquaintance, hie thee go. Bassanio requests Leonardo to think about this. He also tells him when Leonardo has bought those things and packed them up properly. Here he means to say that pack the things and put them properly on the boat which will leave for Belmont. Then he tells Leonardo to be quick as he is giving a dinner tonight to his intimate friend. So hurry up. Leonardo's dialogue. My best endeavors shall be done herein. Here Leonardo tells Bassanio that he will do his best in the matter. Now enter Graciano. Graciano's dialogue. Where is your master? Leonardo's dialogue. Yonder, sir, he walks. And then he goes away from there. Yonder means over there. These are very simple dialogues. You can easily understand it. Now Graciano's dialogue. Signor Bassanio. Bassanio's dialogue. Graciano. Graciano's dialogue. I have a suit to you. Now here Graciano requests Bassanio for something. Now Bassanio, let us see what does Bassanio say. You have obtained it. Now he wants to say that whatever is your request, you have already got it. Let us see Graciano's request. Graciano's dialogue. You must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont. So here Graciano wants to go to Belmont. Bassanio's dialogue is quite lengthy. I will read it in parts and will explain it in parts. Bassanio's dialogue. Why then you must, but hear thee, Graciano. Thou art too wild, too rude, and bold of wise, parts that become thee happily enough, and in such eyes as ours appear not false, but where thou art not known, why there they show something too liberal. Here Bassanio accepts Graciano's request and allow him to give his company. But he tells few things to Graciano for which Graciano has to be little bit cautious. Like Graciano is uncontrollable, rough and blunt, and such things are tolerated here, that is among the friends, and these things are not considered as a fault among the friends, but where he is unknown, they appear as faults. In the continuation of the dialogue, pray thee, take pen to ally with some cold drops of modesty thy skipping spirit, lest through thy wild behavior I be misconstrued in the place I go to and lose my hopes. Here, Bassanio requests Graciano to control his wild spirits by putting a modest temper. Otherwise, his wild behavior may be misunderstood in the place where Bassanio, that is, he is going, and it could shatter Bassanio's hope. Let us see how does Graciano responds. Graciano's dialogue. Signor Bassanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, talk with respect, and swear, but now and then wear prayer books in my pocket, look demurely, nay, more while grace is saying, hood mine eyes. Thus, with my hat and sight, and say Amen. Use all the observance of civility like one well studied in a sad ostentation to please his grandma. Never trust me more. Here, Graciano assures Bassanio by saying that if he does not behave modestly, talk with politeness, swear rarely, carry a prayer book in his pocket, and look modest in his outlook, do not trust him again. He shall go further. He also tells that he will close his eyes by placing his hat before them and say Amen in front of people while the prayer before a meal is said. Then he will use all the manners of a civilized society, observing all manners like the one who has learnt to put an appearance to please his grandmother. If he does not follow these things, no need to trust him again. Bassanio's dialogue. Well, we shall see your bearing, that is, his behavior. Next one is Graciano's dialogue. Nay, but I bat tonight. You shall not gaze me by what we do tonight. Here, Graciano tells to Bassanio that he should be excused tonight. Bassanio must not judge him by what they do tonight. Bassanio's dialogue. No, that were pity. I would entreat you rather to put on your boldest suit of mirth, for we have friends that purpose merriment, but fare you well, I have some business. Here, Bassanio says that it would be a pity to do such things. He requests Graciano to be in his happiest mood, for they have friends to entertain. Well, at present, goodbye. He is busy with some other business. The last dialogue of the scene, Graciano's dialogue. And I must to Lorenzo and the rest, but we will visit you at supper time. And exeunt. Here, Graciano says that he must join Lorenzo and the others, but they will see him at supper time. Whom? Bassanio. Scene 2 of Act 2 is over. Till next video lesson, take care and have a nice time.